Episode 20, Jan. This is a record year of HANA Café the Netherlands. We have 20 episodes this year recorded with our podcast on event mesh, integration, AI, BTP. So a lot of BTP topics.
It's a good moment to look back at the last year.
Yeah.
And check our KPIs. See if you met our goals.
What's the KPI? Ooh. Oh. Yeah, but we never have had this milestone of 20 episodes in a year. So thank you.
Well done, Twan. Well done.
We traveled to Amsterdam, we traveled to Mars and Den Bosch, but most of the episodes have been recorded in our studio over here at SAP the Netherlands in the Experience Center. And unfortunately, where is it? Over here. This is the last episode that we will be supported by Nando backstage. Nando, our videographer, is going to leave SAP. But thank you, Nando, for all the good work that you did with our recordings of the podcast. Thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe also worth mentioning that the equipment and everything that we have around us is so gracefully donated or contributed to by the SAP Experience Center. Yeah. And really happy that we'll have the equipment available and that we can just pick it up and go to user conferences, go to hackathons, go to
invite guests.
Invite guests. Have all the equipment ready to make this possible.
Yeah. And looking forward, what will 2026 bring? Any topics that you want to cover next year? Or maybe even our dear HANA Café friends. What topics do you want us to cover in 2026? And maybe we can travel even further to the mothership of SAP, Walldorf.
Yeah,
it's long on our wish list to once go to Walldorf and bring our podcast equipment with us.
I was thinking of Seychelles or Mauritius.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Good suggestions. But today we are in the SAP studio here in the Netherlands and we welcome our regulars, Castelijns and Mouade from Expertum. Thank you very much for joining us. And it's always nice to talk to you about BTP topics because you really are with your feet on the ground in the dirt and working at customer cases, trying to use our services that we have delivered on SAP BTP and not only trying but also doing in a good delivery. And I really like also to talk about your experience in the VNSG SAP BTP Hackathon. That's running from, I think, October something. And you need to deliver something by the end of January next year. Yeah. And we have 6 participants in the hackathon. But you are working together with customer Ecotone. Yep. And in today's episode, we're going to explore how the hackathon goes so far for you. And how you are going to support also Ecotone with their business questions because they had a real business case that they're trying to solve in the hackathon, right?
Yep.
Welcome to HANA Café the Netherlands.
HANA Café Nederland is your one-stop shop for all things SAP. Grab yourself a coffee or tea and join regulars Jan Penninkhof,
Goedemiddag,
and Twan van der Broek,
that's me,
with our guests as they chat about latest developments, innovations, events, or simply catch up. Let's head inside.
Welkom Mouade.
Thank you.
HANA Café.
Welkom Ted.
Goeiedag.
Welkom Jan.
welcome Twan.
Yeah.
So the 20th episode. That raises the bar for our guests as well, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah.
This better be something special, guys.
Yeah. And while we were preparing and maybe it's very nice to have you also at the table and maybe we're also going to record some episodes on the hackathon next year but then also include the customer itself.
That's a very good idea, Twan. Yeah.
Yeah, it started as a okay. But Bart, we will invite you to the podcast again and also because that's also nice to have also the customer perspective on this. Let's go back to the VNSG SAP BTP Hackathon. And we have announced it in the past and it's not the regular hackathon as maybe you are familiar to, like the 24 hours hackathon without sleep or maybe sleep on the couch. It is a hackathon that's covering a few months with a building phase. But we started also with enablement session by product management. And currently you are in the build phase, supported by coaches. Jan is one of them. I'm also one of them. And Alex is the other coach, 3 coaches from SAP the Netherlands. And delivery end of January, I just said it. And we have 6 teams that are going to present to a jury in February. And then we will select 3 teams that will be on stage at a demo jam at the VNSG and SAP year event Sync in March 12th.
Yes.
Yes. So how is the hackathon going so far? Ted?
Easy peasy. Yeah.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
No, it's going well. Yeah, we had some an extension of the time that we can spend on it, so that's really nice.
Yeah, initially you had to deliver this week. December 10. Yeah, December 10.
So we had planned to create a video of what we've done on the 9th, of course.
Yeah.
So that Steve could work late that day. But it's been extended, so we have more time to build something really nice, and I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if you would have this hackathon doing it in the old school fashion, right?
Yeah.
With just a few days after each other, and then someone comes up and says, "Well, we're going to extend this hackathon with a week."
Yeah.
A week
Without sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sleeping on a stretcher in the SAP building instead of at home.
Yeah. No. I like the new style better.
Unthinkable,
Yeah, I
isn't
like my
it?
sleep these days.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the reason, by the way, that we have chosen a new format for the hackathon?
Well, that's a very good question. Why did you? Yeah.
We noticed that the participants are getting older as well.
Especially the
It's
coaches.
not about the coaches.
Especially
It's
the
not
coaches.
about the coaches, Tom.
No, but look at the concept. So it's in the past we had a hackathon event maybe just before the TechEd or just before a VNSG event, and then we started Friday afternoon and we ended Saturday afternoon, which was good to handle, except then for the sleep. Now also, especially because it's with the VNSG and they have invited their members, customers to SAP and to our partners to the hackathon. They have also their regular day job next to that, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons to plan something in covering a few months, that they are still able to do their regular day job next to a hackathon event. But still, when I look at the two teams I'm coaching, they also have a regular day job, and the hackathon comes next to that, and yeah, that's a challenge.
But wasn't this exactly the reason that we have chosen to work on actual business cases that a customer of yours wants to work on anyway?
Well, I think that's a very good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't become a separate, activity rather than correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your day job.
Nah, not really. No.
Apart from the competitive part of
Well, I wasn't working at Expertum, of course, so I was added to the team. Yeah. So the idea was coming from our integration team and Expertum together, and they asked if we could help, and that's how we got started. Yeah.
Are you allowed to explain what case you are working on?
No, of course not. That's
Top secret.
top secret. Yeah.
So we're going to invite them on the stage to talk to folks from the VNSG and all the wider audience and stuff. But yet they can't explain what the business case is all about.
Thanks for the invite on stage in this demo jam, but we can't tell anything about it because it's top secret.
Yeah, we have a demo video and we have a big black balletje, and then
and you also appear
gonna-
with black.
Going to be
bar.
interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Mm.
now you know.
Okay. Oh, that's a pity. Then we should have discussed that in the briefing of this podcast.
So they
Of course we can talk about it.
Yeah,
but
but
it's awesome. It's crazy. They've done so many great things, but we can't tell you what.
Yeah. It's top secret.
that.
I would have to kill you. Yeah.
We have to delete the podcast from your mobile device. Yeah. Okay.
Dus.
This episode will self-destruct in 10 seconds.
Exactly.
10. Ted, what is the case you're working on?
Well, the case is that we are implementing integration suite at Expertum, and they used to have another solution for that from a competitor, and there they had the opportunity to turn off interfaces when there were upgrades running or whatever. And that's not one of the things you can easily do in an integration suite. So that's something they ran into. And then the question came around the hackathon. So we asked our customers, well, what can we do? And then they said, well, if we can have a look at this, that would be a really nice case.
Yeah. So it's a real case from daily practice that you're trying to solve.
Yeah.
Driven by AI.
Maybe. Yeah.
Jan, not everything is AI. Everything is AI.
We have a coach that said that doesn't have to be AI. So, yeah.
Who is this celestial heavenly coach?
Well, it was sitting next to me on the left side. Yeah.
Me?
You didn't know that. Okay, but so it's a real case that they experience.
Retire. early.
Retire early sounds really good. Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Suddenly Mouade wakes up.
I finally have something to say.
Yes, please. Huh?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Does this trigger you, Mouade?
A little bit. No.
Okay, but you're working in the integration suite and developing something that helps them to switch it off.
Yeah, and on.
And
Yeah.
on.
But the thing is that if you want to do it these days, then you have to be a technical person, know which interface to turn off and on. And we want to make it more a functional thing, so that you can say turn all the interfaces off that connect to S4.
Okay.
This is what you need AI for.
Well, there AI would be a good addition. Yeah.
Just the expectation is always that AI is being used in these kind of hackathons nowadays. Yeah, I heard that. That AI is being used in hackathons nowadays.
We'll skip it.
You know, the whole thing is an innovation by itself, of course.
Yeah.
So that's why AI is not the mandatory thing.
But what are the components that you're using, Mouade?
Next to integration suite, we're also using CAP in this particular case. Since we had different looks at it, we checked whether we wanted to do it with just integration suite itself. Afterwards, we had a look at a service, a CAP service that would allow us to get all the APIs from integration suite, group or gather a set of iFlows, integration flows that you would actually want to disable. And from there on, you can, of course, put an application on top of it, or you could implement that back in integration suite, which will allow you to turn them on and off again. And do remember, this is a very cumbersome task to do, because some customers have hundreds and hundreds of flows going on. So the last thing you want to do is turn them off one by one. Because that takes a long time. It is very error prone, and the best thing you could do was to group them and be able to turn them on and off easily.
I'm trying to envision it. So do I have then a selection screen where I can select the interface I want to turn off? Is it something like that? Or is it something that automatically underwater that's going to happen?
You can go two ways with it. Or you can either make a selection of it if you wanted to, or you could also enable a timer on it. For example, the best thing would be, I want this group to be disabled at 7 o'clock and turned on again at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Like your Christmas lights.
For example, yes, that would be possible. The moment you start calling the integration suite APIs and you put an application on top of it, the sky's the limit, really. I mean, you can do whatever you want from that point on.
Okay.
And how would you see which of the integration flows you have to disable? Is it based on the target systems, or is it based on maybe tagging that you had on your integration flows? Or
well, you can get a list of all the the flows by API.
Mm-hmm.
That then you can just gather them up. A user would be able to search for them themselves. You can group them, and then you label them. And with those labels, you know which belong to which group, and from there on, you can disable or enable that entire group.
Oh, so even the labeling, the tagging of those integration flows, that's done by this tool already?
Right now, we did that in the integration flow itself, right? Or did you do it?
Yeah, the grouping can be done.
Yep.
So you can filter on the flows, then you can select them, and then you can, well, there's two ways. You can do that. So you have a fixed list of iFlows that you can undeploy and deploy.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can create a search criteria, which gives you the flow, and you can group those.
Because that's the thing, right? So instead of just disabling an integration flow, you have to deploy and undeploy them.
Yeah,
That's the
it's not just turning it off and on again.
Exactly. Suddenly the lingo comes in.
Yeah.
But just to explain why you need to undeploy and deploy is because that's basically the only mechanism to stop integration flow. Yeah.
Which is strange, in my opinion.
So did our colleagues from product management already contact you to include it also in the standard solution of integration suite?
No.
Udo, if you're listening.
I'm pretty sure that our integration team is aware of this, and I believe there's also some custom efforts being made per customer to build this into separate tools, especially things like focused run, cloud ALM. That's the places where these tools are usually hidden or built.
You're now saying that it's already there and Expertum is building it from nothing?
Hope not.
Well, it's done before, yes,
But custom,
it's always a custom project, based on the requirements of those customers.
Yeah.
So
Well, the requirement from Ecotone was to be able to have a functional person stop everything when it needs to, and then start it when it needs to be started again, and not to have someone deep dive into integration suite and do it for them.
Yeah, that's what's happening with most of those other customers. They are looking at it from Focus Run, and Focus Run is really technical tool.
Yeah.
So it's quite different from the use case at Ecotone.
Yeah. And also the filtering, we are investigating, of course, if we can do the filtering with AI. So ask the question what to do, and then you get a list of interfaces, and then you can undeploy them.
Yeah.
And then store, of course, which one you undeployed, and to be able to deploy them again, and not ask again and get a different list. So that's
That will deliver funny results.
So that's something you have to keep in mind. Also, with if you save the filter, then the filter the result can change over time. So when you undeploy, you have to keep the list there, because that's exactly what you want to deploy again.
But there has to be some intelligence behind the
you
wall.
have to store it somewhere.
There are tricks to that, of course.
And what about the front end? The front end, be thinking of using AI there as well, like the functional guy right on Friday afternoon going home and saying, "Well, the technical team is going to." Oh no, you have to start with something like, "Yo, Jule, the technical team is staying behind to upgrade your S4 system. You know what to do.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah. See you on Monday."
Yeah.
Joule agent.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh yeah, that's
Joule
good.
assistant.
How is this going in practice? Is it are you guys from Expertum working on this, or is it a close collaboration with the customer?
It's in close collaboration. Yeah. So we have assigned everyone some tasks, and they're looking into it. So in the start, we just all went our own way and investigated. One person, Bart, was looking into AI. I was looking into the APIs that we can use and how to implement those. And then, over time, it needs to come together. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I can really understand. At least I can also see that with the other two participants in the hackathon that I'm coaching. So the struggle with daily customer work, and then hackathon coming on top of that, especially if it's not part of the daily job, but it's something extra like this. So it's not maybe on the requirements list for the daily practice, but it's something on top of that. So how was the experience from your side on working on a hackathon next to your daily job?
Yeah, you have to plan it.
Yeah.
So from Ecotone, they assigned time for them to work on it. So that's really good. So in the sprint, they took half the sprint to work on it. But from our side, it's indeed next to our day job. And then, you have to get some time to work on it. Yeah.
Okay. And managing sprints, or is it the daily job is managing sprints? And
that's
okay.
it. Yeah, we are just going.
And how then? Maybe a little bit back to the start of the hackathon. So it has been announced, and then there was this. Then you had the idea together with the customer.
Yeah.
Then there were the enablement sessions with product management from SAP BTP. How did you experience that? The enablement sessions.
I did not follow many of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You? No. Oh, I have to ask this back question before that we started recording. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. What I saw is that there were quite some people in the enablement sessions, also from customer side, so not only from the partner side, which we were really happy with organizing those enablement sessions. But we had to chase the customers that were in the enablement session that did not send in hand in the case, and
we were the other way around.
Yeah, so that was also the difficulty to, can we do a public hackathon competition with our own case? And some customers had some difficulties with that, and then to get the priority. But the enablement sessions were at least well received, because the speakers from product management did a good job. And I think that was a nice start of the hackathon. Did you have any experience, Jan, from your teams, the other team that you have that you're coaching?
In terms of?
How did they experience the enablement sessions?
Very well. They liked them very much. It seems that they weren't invited for all the enablement sessions, by the way. And after I found out that VNSG branded a couple of enablement sessions as hackathon enablement sessions, which really weren't involved into the hackathon thing.
Oh.
Right. So,
Okay.
yeah, some things didn't go exactly according to plan. So they weren't invited. Next time they will. And apart from that, the only issues that they ran into were technical issues.
Okay.
Things like how do destinations to the AI core and that sort of things.
And you, did you experience any difficulties during the realization? Well, what's that?
Of course not.
Very good.
Far too good for that, of course. No, we're perfectly well.
No, but okay.
I think
No,
everybody-
we had some issues setting up the BTP environment. Yeah, so we started some formations or something, and they got stuck.
Yeah,
and then,
formations
you
and
have to chase
BTP.
and chase and chase. And formations is something that more often gets stuck than that it works. So
You start the formation and then you have to wait.
yeah, in 3 weeks, and then yeah, and then you think let's just delete it, and then it doesn't. It just starts again.
Yeah.
and
So
it's stuck.
it's I think it's work in progress.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and it also in the formation and with destinations, then there was a hiccup in the process automation with your other participant. There was a hiccup in the process automation service that the destination was gone for a few days, and the automation didn't run. So those the difficulties. But I think it's good, at least how I experience it. But that I like to hear what you are saying, of course, is that we as a coach, of course, listen to the participant, and then also have the fallback of the product management team behind us to, hey, we have an issue. I don't know. It looks like a technical issue.
Yeah.
Create a ticket and try to get the ticket solved as soon as possible, because you run a hackathon and you don't have time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that sometimes it goes quick, but sometimes it takes time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so what about the concept of, okay, we are now building, we're doing next to the day job, for which is it's quite an effort, and you deliver end of January, and then there is this milestone of possibly presenting it at the VNSG SAP event called Sync.
First milestone coming up on the 18th of December is a short summary of your business case and the draft version of your solution architecture.
Is it sent out now? Yeah.
Why are you asking so many difficult questions from today?
Usually you ask the difficult questions.
Is it because it's the 20th episode and the last of the year?
No, but you're
No, it's
mentioning
not
something that has not been announced yet.
True. It's not been sent out yet, but I did make the other team aware of it, that such a thing might be necessary on the 18th.
Okay.
And herewith,
I did not, because
I
I'm
would also like to explain to you that some work is supposed to be done before next weekend. Not the coming weekend, next weekend.
At least you gave us some time.
Yeah,
it's the description of the business case, and it's the architecture diagram. That's something that we would like to see, but since it's not formally asked and not sure, but okay, let's see.
Typical project manager.
But that's not what I was referring to. It was more like, okay, there is this possibility to present, if you are with the 3 finalists at the VNSG year event. How do you like that?
Yeah, it's really nice. It's like the demo jam all over again, right?
Yeah. So it will be, hopefully, at the main stage during the opening of the event.
At least.
That's what we are aiming for, Jan, right?
Yeah, but you mentioned a couple and very interesting point, of course, the whole demo jam concept. I mean, I wouldn't also be surprised if you pick this hackathon result, and eventually submit it to the global guys that are running the demo jam at the TechEd.
Yeah, because Demo Jam returned to the agenda.
Thank you, coach.
Demo Jam returned to the agenda.
Yes,
at TechEd this
I liked
year.
it a lot, and there was quite an audience for it as well.
Exactly, it was in the community theater, and it was crowded. People were sticking out their legs and the arms in the environment. It was, I think, aimed for 40 people or something, and I think there were 150.
Really?
Yeah.
It was,
Encapsulated
yeah,
all the
it
time.
was
Yeah.
really, really busy. And so Josh already said, hey, we have to have a bigger stage next year.
Nice.
So
The
if
TechEd should be bigger next year, because that's also what Michael already said. It has to be
Yeah.
double the size to decrease the queues before the
bigger and better.
So you can wait
Yeah.
inside. Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
there's any marketing guys from Expertum around, you might want to ask them to pick this up.
Steve, did you listen?
But to pick what up? To send it in for the demo jam.
Send it in for the demo jam.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I think that Mouade or Dennis or who's working on it on your side, and Bart, of course, should send it in themselves for the demo jam. Because I'm really like that it's back on the agenda, but I also would like to see it back on the main stage from SAP TechEd.
Yep.
And I like the community theater, but the demo jam deserves a bigger stage. And in India, it was already bigger than in Berlin. So hopefully also next year in Berlin, early of October, will be also big on stage.
Yeah, that would be nice again. So
Yeah.
to have the demo jam at the keynote stage.
Were you there?
I went to a few of them. Yeah. Whenever I wasn't in the queue, of course, or in a session.
Yeah, that's if you ask people about the experience of SAP TechEd, it's mostly about queues,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate. I think the success of the event was bigger than expected, and all the people that were organizing TechEd in the past have left the company or something. I don't know, because they really didn't understand why the queues were so.
It was fun to see everyone again. That's the
That's
main
the
thing of
good thing.
TechEd.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Chip Rogers. That's the guy that used to organize TechEds.
Yeah.
Way
Yeah,
before.
that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah.
we're going back to Barcelona here.
Nee, next year's in Berlin again.
Okay.
Early of October, Berlin. Yeah. Which is,
But it was great. I mean, besides the queues, we had a lot of fun. We met all the people again that you haven't seen for many years. I mean, I remember walking through some of the big rooms and then walking to one of the tables, having to stop, greet everyone. Then I walk forwards, and again I have to stop and you talk again, and that kept going like that from multiple tables.
what were you doing? Networking? What?
Exactly. And it wasn't even networking. You were just saying hi to people you haven't met for a long time or haven't seen for a long time. So that was fun. Of course, you hear a lot of things outside of the rooms as well. Many new things learned, even though, yes, a lot of them was about AI, but still. It was interesting to hear, especially about how SAP is going to handle AI.
Yep.
Looks very promising. Now we have to wait, see what it delivers, but I'm looking forward to it.
Very nice
It's
political
usually
answer.
it's a spark also, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you get to introduce to all these new topics, and then eventually like quantum computing and robotics and physical AI and all the kind of.
That went a
Yeah.
bit too far for me, to be
Okay,
honest.
so
I gotta admit.
let me ask you this question. So there's been SAP Rapid 1 being introduced.
Mhm.
And there's a playground with examples on it. So you
Yes.
don't even need to go through tutorials. You can just load those tables into
Mhm.
Rapid 1 and then see whatever it does with those tables and stuff and fill in the blanks and everything. Have you had the chance to look at all these kind of things already? Or is it still on your bucket list, so to say?
I haven't myself. However, I have a former colleague of mine that I actually saw there, and that has been playing with it, and he actually released a blog about it.
Oh, really?
Read it, and from
In the
what I
show notes.
understood,
Yeah.
from what I understood, the large language model, the Rapid 1 model, so the table-based.
Yeah, the tabular.
Yeah, the tabular based. Let's
Yeah.
face it, it's an extension to machine learning. I would say it's not
It's a
by
large
definition
tabular model.
AI, but it has definitely its benefits. I think we're going to see much use of it, because that's the thing that we mostly have within SAP. If you look at HANA Cloud, tabular data is something that we work a lot with, especially in the BI space. So I think it's going to help us a lot in that case, and it's a good extension of what we already have. We have all the old famous Paul stuff and things like that. So this is a good addition to that.
So, what's your main takeaway of the event, SAP TechEd?
The main takeaway. Oh, that's a hard one. I don't think I can think of one takeaway, because
Okay, 3 is also okay, but
sure. The things that come to mind quickly is, next to Rapid 1, you have Business Data Cloud, the Snowflake integration, which is a very big one as well. And we already had one with Databricks. Now we have Snowflake, so we have all the big players working together, which is a really cool thing. On top of that, well, obviously AI. What was really cool was the whole agent-to-agent and the work automation with the N8N. That looked a very cool, promising feature in the future. I mean, it speeds things up incredibly. I am also skeptical to some degree, because I think, how are they ever going to do that? But at the same time, the thing with AI, every single time I think it's not going to get where I want it to be, it takes a step further. I'm like, oh, maybe I was wrong. So, and I'm wondering when it's going to end. What is the actual value of AI? And I think everyone is looking for that, right? I mean,
the $1 million question.
Exactly.
Right
if
now.
I knew that, so
then you would be very rich.
Then I would be retired.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I think these are the ones that come to mind. Top of my head at the moment.
Yeah.
There's many more, of course. I mean, we went to a mobile services session. We saw the integration between CAP and Business Data Cloud, which is something I wasn't expecting. But being able to pull in data products from Business Data Cloud and using them in your CAP servers to expose them as an API to whomever wants to use it within the company is one of those things where you get two sides, the BI space and the developer space coming together, which you don't see often, which is very cool, because then we can leverage the power of BI, but from an application or web API standpoint. So that's a cool thing. I think those are the things.
Yeah, I think a lot of has been said. Also, some statements about quantum computing and maybe a little bit far away for customers working on that transformation into S/4HANA, for example. But I think the agent discussion, everyone is expecting a lot of the agents, and also hopefully end of this month we will have the Joule Studio to work on our pro code agents within the SAP environment, next to the SAP Joule skills, of course. Then also to see how they are going to collaborate, because that's the vision that agents can talk to each other and work together, and like colleagues, maybe junior colleagues, but at least colleagues that are going to work together. I'm looking forward to that. What's going to be announced or not announced, but what's going to be delivered. And at SitNL we saw this. At least I saw the demo on N8N, which was really promising.
What's it stand for again, Twan? N8N.
I don't know.
An abbreviation starting with an N, ending with an N, and 8 letters in between. But
maybe Mouade knows.
No idea.
I'm going to look it up.
You have your Joule in front of you. But I like the visualization of if you have this kind of process, then you can actually see what agent is doing what.
That's what sold me. I mean, being able to track exactly what the AI is doing and at what and being able to not only track it, but you can halfway in just do exactly what a user would be doing when using that tool from a development or a demo or a perspective. So it's very good to play around with on the fly and see what it does and how it works and how everything is connected. And if you feed all of that back to what SAP said to ALM, where you have this kind of watchtower that's checking everything, who's doing what and what's going wrong with it, or what happened, that's a very cool thing to have. So that's one of the things I'm looking at. I'm still like, how is this ever going to work? Because what if one agent gets things wrong and it gets propagated throughout all the other agents? How are we going to deal with stuff like that? But once we get those things solved,
if you look at current tools and also the reasoning of agents working together, and then sometimes an agent says, but this is not good, so do your job again.
Exactly.
So if that's really going to deliver what is being promised, then that's amazing. That's super
exactly.
power.
If you can get rid of the hallucinations and we reproduce the same results every single time, I think we're going somewhere.
It's also a matter of prompting. So prompt engineering is going to be a very important topic as well. I can still remember this episode of Silicon Valley, where they have this agent, not called Jewel,
Yeah.
but Son of Anton.
Yeah.
Son of Anton. And Son of Anton, at a certain point in time, after they prompted him to get the cheapest hamburgers for lunch, found out that the cheapest hamburgers for lunch can be ordered. And then when the order was delivered, it was basically 40,000 pounds of hamburgers, because the fact that if you order them in bulk, they're going to be cheaper.
Wholesale,
So-
Per piece.
It was cheaper.
relatively speaking.
However,
The fridge was not
Order-
big enough.
ordering 40,000 pounds of hamburgers for a team of like, what is it? Maybe 10?
Six,
So
seven,
yeah,
so
6,
I
7,
don't remember
10
exactly.
at max
Yeah.
is maybe not so sustainable.
Yeah, but
By the
this,
way-
this Sun also had a very nice solution of getting rid of bugs in the software.
Oh yeah, just remove all the code.
No code means no bugs.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
But
is
it also
typically
gives
correct.
some additional challenges.
Yeah.
There's one more thing that just came up to mind, which is the knowledge graph, of course. That was also, I mean, that's not something I know very much of myself. However, I have colleagues that are very interested in it and they see promising results. I had a colleague of mine actually giving a presentation about it at Citadel.
Yeah.
So that's one of those other things that
You should invite him. But talking about knowledge graph in the podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
You mean Niels, toch?
No, that's
No.
not a colleague of Mouade.
Of yours. Okay.
disappointing.
Tot
Jan,
colleague.
disappointing.
Everyone's a colleague and everyone's a friend.
Of course. the whole
Yes,
SAP
even you,
environment.
Ted.
Wow.
you were,
Even you.
you were making this noise.
Ted, isn't that your coach?
Yeah.
I'm writing it down.
He has a tough
because
time.
I'm trying to make an
Tough
agenda for 2026.
By the way, N8N stands for Nodemation. Node as in node, and mation as automation. So they connected that together, and then you have this word called Nodemation. And if you strip the 8 letters in Nodemation that's in between the two N's, they have N, 8 letters N, and that's called a numeronym.
Okay. Wow.
Whoa,
Yeah,
I
it's
just
a
got
nice
lot
word for.
smarter.
just like I8N, by the way, for internationalization.
Yes.
But okay, just a trivia. a
nice,
trivia.
nice word
trivia
for
fact.
galletje. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Notemation.
Nodemation.
Notemation.
Yeah.
I wrote it down as well. Maybe it's also a topic that we can explore once in next year.
Yeah,
Next- one of next year's episodes.
AI colleagues of Mouade, and maybe also of ours.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now you're working with BTP for a long time already, and how do you see? Because there is a lot of AI, and if you went to TechEd, then also a lot of AI announcements have been made. But sometimes you are on the customer side and you just need no AI. You just need to deliver a CAP application or a RAP application or in iFlow. How are things evolving on that side? On maybe I can say the regular development side with BTP.
Like what we're seeing there is that mostly we're getting to a point of maturity, better and better integration, more features. So it's slowly and steadily moving on, and that's a good thing. I mean, the more you have, the more complex situations you can solve. So really getting to a point where BTP is a incredibly solid product at this moment. So
Dear listening friends, this was not prepared, this question.
well, it's true. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember the first time was, I don't know, 2016 or something that I worked with it, and then it was just coming up. We were just still at the Neo, everyone was still on Neo, and then we went to Cloud Foundry, and at that moment we were doing some proof of concepts on it, and it was promising, but still by far not there. By now we're there. We've been there for a couple of years, so it's a solid product to have now. It's especially on the parts of integration also with other third party, because you see a lot of hybrid cloud solutions going on. It's not only BTP, but it's BTP together with AWS or BTP together with Azure. That's what we mainly see at the customers, where they keep their SAP products on BTP because best integration, best security, and on top of that, it allows you to easily connect to other hyperscalers nowadays. So that makes it a very mature product which you can use or by itself or next to something you already have.
Yeah.
So very happy with it.
And how do you stay up to date? Because there are so many developers at SAP working on the BTP side, and so many improvements coming up and new announcements. And how do you stay up to date, being an SAP partner?
A mix of things. So that's really either blogs, colleagues, YouTube, announcements, sometimes the Learning Hub as well. So it's a mix of things. There's not really one source. You pick up from it, and if you're into the SAP world and you have a network and colleagues, you get it from every single side. And of course, every year, TechEd is one of the main things. Sapphire is the other one from a different perspective, but still very important, of course, even though we developers think otherwise, but that's a different story. That what you see usually is TechEd prompts a new set of solutions and technologies, and from there on, throughout the year, you phase out from there and you try to connect, figure it out, try proof of concepts, maybe use cases if you have one at a customer, because it usually takes a little while for companies are willing to try something new, of course, because it's always a risk. I mean, being an early adopter. But once you, I think for many early adopters, it also pays out because you're ahead of the group, and you have more impact on where the product actually goes, because you can ask for features and you know more of it than others, and that helps.
Yeah. And I was also hoping, of course, that you would mention small particular event in the Netherlands.
I already mentioned it, right?
A few weeks ago. Yeah.
I said Citadel, right? I mean,
TechEd and Sapphire.
Oh yeah, okay, but for me, it's you go to TechEd, and afterwards you come to Citadel. It's like a staple.
Okay.
Whenever
that's
I was
a nice one. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever missed a Citadel since I've been in the SAP world. So it's when SAP in the Netherlands is a small group, and when you go to Citadel, you pretty much see the same faces over and over again, and sometimes someone new shows up, etc. And that's fun. And then you say hi, how is it? And it's a good connect to have, and everyone's seen something, and you learn from each other. So definitely.
Cool. All right. Cool. Yeah. Okay.
It's HANA Café Nederland with your hosts, Jan and Twan.
Yeah, maybe it's time to look into
Let's
events.
go to the SAP event calendar.
Probably not for this year anymore, because we're closing up the year, we're wrapping up, and it's almost Christmas time. But next year, and I think it's important to know, we already mentioned the VNSG SAP year event, which is called Sync. It's March 12th in 2026. And then the days before that, it's an event called the SAP Intelligence event, and we called it the ABAP Intelligence event at Citadel, but it's, at least what I saw, it's rebranded to the SAP Intelligence event. It's an inspiring AI event for SAP developers, which is March 9 to 11 at Booking. And then I did not find anything in the calendar, so no co-jams planned in the Netherlands. But if you have a co-jam planned or another SAP event planned, let us know so that we can also mention it in the podcast. Any co-jams coming up at Expertum?
Nope.
No?
Not planned.
Not planned. Okay. Maybe with maybe on Joule agents if they have been delivered.
That would be interesting.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
something next year is going to be
Or
all about
things
Joule.
like ABAP in Visual Studio.
It's also announced.
When was that going to be released? I don't remember exactly because
2026? No, I don't know. There have been so many announcements at that.
exactly.
Hard to keep track of them. Oh, but Jan is doing fact
I
checking.
think it's been released already, but let me check for sure.
Okay.
It's limited,
Yeah.
right? Still.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Okay. But
Let's ask Jule.
Of course.
Jules should have a voice as well.
The single source of truth for everything SAP related. I mean, you go to ChatGPT and Gemini for certain purposes, right? Like, it's Valentine's Day is coming up. I need to get my girlfriend a birthday Valentine's Day present.
Well, be
That's
careful
what
you say.
ChatGPT. That's what ChatGPT is for. But if it's about SAP related stuff, then it's obviously a tool for consultants.
And but you can ask ChatGPT to say it out loud. Can we also ask Jules to say it out loud so that we can then point the microphone and then get the answer spoken?
Of course. I'll work on that.
And since we are consultants, do we all get Joule for consultants?
Ja, Jan.
Yeah, of course. Every consultant out there can get Joule for consultants.
Can. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
we would get.
It's just that SAP doesn't ship stuff for free. You know, right?
Oh, I know that.
Yes.
I tried.
Thanks, Twan.
I tried.
Yeah. And what is the answer?
It seems that it's not yet released for general availability, but that it's like, how do you call it? You mentioned it's restricted.
Yeah.
Limited.
Yeah.
Limited.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
It says SAP personnel cannot say it's limited. So you have to ask me.
Yeah, but maybe it's also good to have all the announcements of TechEd on the list and then see if for the coming episodes for HANA Café next year, and then say, hey, maybe we can then address this topic and see if it's released.
Can you ask Jules what should be the next topic?
For the next
HANA
podcast.
Café,
Yeah.
for the next podcast. Yeah.
You ask Joule if it's going to be on BTP Trail, by the way.
Yeah, too many questions.
Overflow error.
Yeah.
I can only type so fast.
Okay, let's wrap it up. Today's episode. Thank you very much for joining us, Mouade, Ted,
You're welcome.
Yes.
and thank you very much. And also good luck in the hackathon together with Bart and your other folks of Ecotone and your other colleagues that are working on the hackathon case. And hope to see you on stage somewhere in March.
Yeah.
And then, but it's a tough job because the 6 cases that have been now are competing in the hackathon are all really nice cases. So I'm happy that I'm not in the jury. I'm just one of the coaches, and I do not have to select one of the
Who's
cases.
in the jury then?
That's to be announced, but it will probably be the director of VNSG
Oh.
and some general manager director thing of the
My
BTP environment.
My
Your
boss.
boss, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steven, yeah. So, but good names. But at least what I saw on the list that they are thinking of and considering.
Nice.
Not people that do not know what you're doing.
No, that helps. Yeah.
Yeah. So that. Thanks, Jan.
Thank you. Well, just
Oh, do you have
a small little update because people
No
talking about
difficult
facials.
question or no, just an update.
Just a small little update. I was talking to Jewel just now, like not talking but typing to Jewel, and then eventually Jewel said, "Are you aware of the fact that some people are working with Visual Studio Code already in ABAP? So there's in the open source community, there's been some efforts being made to connect Visual Studio Code to ABAP already." That's not the official thing. The official thing is coming, but before people are starting to complain in the show in the notes and stuff in the chat window, which I am the only one typing stuff into. Apparently,
Some colleagues of mine tried that out, but there are some ifs and buts.
yeah,
about it.
that's true. So it would be nice if it is more generally supported
Mhm.
by SAP, and then you probably have a way more solid development environment
Yeah.
also for ABAP in Visual Studio.
We had a colleague of mine throwing away a package by accident, stuff like that. So
Sounds like
so-
Son of Anton.
exactly.
Getting rid of all the bugs.
So that's
Yeah.
that's with the community plugging. So I'm
Right.
I'm presuming that's not going to happen when you use the actual SAP stuff.
Cross fingers.
All right. Thanks for joining.
Yes.
And dear friend, for listening or watching the recap of this podcast episode of HANA Café Netherlands. And see you next time.
And that's a wrap for this episode of HANA Café Nederland. Jan and Tom loved having you here. Drop us a line if you have any thoughts or want to be on the show. We'll be back soon with more SAP goodness. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.
Nou, er was er dus iemand met een salami.
Wow.
Ah, lekker hoor om horen.
Oh ja, ik wou net zeggen.
Ja, nou,
je headset
Ik wil
altijd
al 10 minuten proberen